Hello Stonites, welcome back. I hope you're safe, healthy, hopeful and strong. I welcome you back again to my next video. Today I'll be teaching, that is Unit 3, the topic which is place value, ordering and rounding. So before we hit the exercises, here I have written 2 points which I have clearly mentioned here, points to remember. Let me just read it through, which says like when you multiply any number by a decimal number between 0 and 1, your answer will be smaller than the number you started with. And the next point, when you divide any number by a decimal number between 0 and 1, your answer will be greater than the number you started with. So by using these two conditions, these 2 points, we'll try to solve these few questions which I have written down here. You might be seeing I have just selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions for 3.1 because most of the questions I have done already in the PPT, which will be forwarded to you on that specific time. So let's start with 3.1, which says work these out mentally. Now when we do question number 1, let's try to rephrase on the first point, which says when you multiply any number by a decimal number between 0 and 1, your answer will be smaller than the number you started with. Now here we can see here we have 12 into 0.3. There are different ways that you can do, like I would rather choose a short way. So let's ignore the point. Let's ignore the point and let's focus more on the numbers. 12 3 times gives us 36 here, right? We can see here the point is after one number, correct? Now let's take this and then let's try to compare with the point. It says when you multiply any number by decimal number between 0.3 lies between 0 and 1, your answer will be smaller than the number you started with. Here we started with 12. The answer is definitely smaller than 12, which we got as 3.6. Let's go to another one, that is question number J. 0.04 into 45. As you can see towards my right hand side, I worked out in the rough column here. 45, I have ignored the point, the decimal and the 0. I've just considered focused on numbers. 45 4 times gives us 180. That is 180. Right? The point is after 2 numbers. Correct? So 1, 2, the answer we get here is 1.8, which is much smaller than 45 as well. Now, using these 2 and then the first condition, we are justified. Now let's go to the next one using the next point, next condition. It says when you divide any number by a decimal number between 0 and 1, your answer will be greater than the number you started with. So here we see, the first question here, number C, we have as 25 divided by 0.5. Let's do it. That is 25 divided by 0.5. Now let's remove the point. On removing the point, we get 25 divided by 5 into 10. Since we have decimal after one number, so 10 goes up. So 5 and 10 can be cancelled. The answer we get here is 50. Here we could see that the answer which we got here is greater than the number that we started with, right? Which justifies the second point as well. Now moving on to the next question again here, the same way, 45 divided by 0.15. Let's remove the point. Here we can see that the point is up to 2 numbers. So 45 divided by 15 into 100. Right? Here we get us 15 and 45 can be cancelled since 15 and 45 both are in the table of 15, sorry. 15 into 3 gives us 45, 3 into 100 gives us 300. Now which satisfied the condition number 2 as well. The same thing for question number 5. When you see in question number 3, it says arrange these cards into groups that have the same answer. I haven't done it here, which I leave totally up to you, which is very easy, which I believe and I hope that you could be able to do it. As well as question number 4, which says which answer is correct, A, B, C and D. If you had understood these 2, it is totally easy. It will be very easier for you to do question number 4 as well, because it follows both the 2 points. Now moving on to the next one, I have the question which I have selected is question number 5. Question number 5H. It says work this out mentally. It's the same thing again. 0.45 divided by 0.09. So what you can do here is, let's follow the same way, same method. That is 0.45 divided by 0.09. Correct? Let's remove the point here. I remove the point, that is 45. I remove the point 45 by 9, only numbers. Now you can see the point is after 2 numbers in both the numerator as well as the denominator. So what we can do, we'll put 100, 2 zeros. So these 2 hundreds can be cancelled out. 9 into 5 gives us 45. The answer we get as 5. Now moving on to the next question, that is 3.6 divided by 0.09. The same way here, 3.6 divided by 0.09. Let's remove the point, gives us 36 by 9. When you look in the numerator, you can see the point is up to 1 number, so divided by 10. When you're looking at the denominator, the point is up to 2 numbers, so it gets multiplied by 100. 1 0 0 gone. 9 4 times gives us 36, and 4 10 times gives us 40. I hope you are clear with this, because I don't think you should be having any problem with these sums, because you have been doing these sums quite some time. So now we'll move on to the next question, that is for question number 7. From question number 7, I'll be doing one sum. Okay. I'll be doing question number D. I have done a few sums in the PPT, which kindly follow it. And this question will just for you to understand. Number D, that is 120 multiplied 0.4 multiplied 0.1 divided by 0.8 into 0.5. You can do this in 2 ways. The first thing what you can do is you can multiply all the numerator together. When you multiply all the numerator together, you'll get a value. And in the same way, when you multiply all the denominator together, you'll get a value, so which can be cancelled, and then which resultingly you will get the answer. Or the other way which you can do it, which I feel is more comfortable for me as well. So let's remove the point. That is 120 into, remove the point. Let's keep only the numbers. Leave the numbers behind, and then 8 into 15. You can see here in the denominator, in the numerator, we can see there we have one 0 here, 1 more zeros here, so we can put here 10 into 10. Here we can see that the point is up to 2 number, so this gives us 100. Here we can see the point is up to 1 number, so we can put here 10. Correct? So this 10 cancelled, 0 and 0 gone. Right? 15, 8 times gives us 120. 8 and 8 can be cancelled. 4 1 times gives us 4. 4 10 times gives us 40. Okay, that's it for 3.1. Now let's move forward. And I have done here question number D. Please make sure in the PPT, which will be sending you on the very day itself, I have done their sums. Maybe I have done A or B for you to understand and for you to work out. And then the sums, especially from 3.1, the sums which is left behind, it's not that you should leave behind as well. The sums which are left behind, it's for you to practice at home. Please make sure that you do it. I know these are easy sums, but please make sure that you keep in touch. So having said, let's move on to the next exercise, that is our 3.2. Okay. 3.2. The first question, work this out. From question number 1, I'll be doing question number E, H, and J. Question number E, which I have selected, it is 6.5 into 10 to the power 1. H, 8 into 10 to the power minus 1. PH and J, that is 4500 into 10 to the power minus 4. Okay, a small notice, remember, a small reminder, remember, always remember any number with the power 0, the answer will always be equal to 1. And 10, and any number with the power 1 will also be the same number itself. Alright, that's just a point to remember. So now let's begin with, as we can see here, 10 to the power 1, we have 10. So here we get 6.5 into 10 to the power 1, the answer is 10. Let's multiply. 65 10 times gives us 650. The point is after one number, that is 65.0. The same here. 8 into, we know any number with a negative exponent will be 1 by 10. So here we have 10 to the power minus 1. This 10 to the power minus 1 I can write as 1 by 10. 1 divided by 10, which I can write as 8 divided by 10. Most of us, what we do, like, is divide, say like 2 4 times 8, 2 5 times 10. Ultimately, the answer is same. Ultimately, all you get is the same answer. So save the trouble, and let's try to make it as simple as possible. 1 by 10. Here we get 8 divided by 10. 8 is a number. We have 1 0. Let's consider this as a 0 and point. Right? If we have 2, example, if in this case, okay, the next question will help you understand more. Here we have 4 5 0 into 10 to the power minus 4 means 1 divided by 1 2 3 4. It's simple. So what we can do, cancel out 1 2 1 2 gone. We are left out with 45 divided by 100. Now let's make it, let's convert it into decimal form. That is 45. This 0 belongs to this. Just consider this 0, this one. So point. It gives us 0.45. I hope you are okay with this one. I hope you understood. And remember, even the same thing I will say here again. I have done sums from question number 1 in the PPT. Few of the sums are left, maybe 2 or 3 sums left for you. Please do practice around. Thank you. Now let's move on to the next one. That is question number 2. Question number 1, we have dealt with multiplication. Now we are going to deal with division. And from question number 2, I shall be doing 2 sums. That is number C, 36 divided by 10 square, and number J, 4.76 divided by 10 to the power minus 4. Simple. Let's start. 36 divided by 10 square. 36. 10 square gives us 100. Easier to understand. Let's bring the number. We have 2 zeros. 1, 2. The answer is 0.6. Now, moving on to number J. That is 4.76 divided by 10 to the power minus 4. What we can also do is like 10 to the power minus 4 means like 1, 10 to the power 4, that is 1 by 10,000, and 4.76 divided by, instead of 10 to the power minus 4, I can write 1 by 10,000. Now what I can do here, I can remove the point as well from here. That means I get here 476 divided by 100 divided by 1 by 10,000. Once again, let me rephrase it again. What I have done here is 10 to the power minus 4, I have taken it separately. 10 to the power minus 4 gives us 1 by 10 to the power 4. The negative sign goes away. So 10 to the power 4 means 1 by 10,000. Right? So this value I have replaced in place of 10 to the power minus 4. 4.76 divided by, instead of 10 to the power minus 4, I have written 1 by 10,000. So I have removed the point in the next line, in the next statement, there is 4.76. I have removed the point. On removing the point, what happens? We get 100 down there. Divided by, why 100? Because the point is after two numbers, so definitely 20 comes in. Divided by 1 by 10,000. Now what we can do is like 4.76 divided by 100 into 10,000 divided by 1. 2 zeros go, 2 zeros go. Answer is 47620. Thank you. Please remember, the same way here, as I have said earlier, the sums which are left behind, please make sure that you practice. Let's go on to the next exercise, that is 3.3, which covers up our rounding and as well as our significant figures. So I have written down some questions here, but before we start the question, like there are a few points which I want you to remember, so which I'll be explaining to you. Remember, when we are dealing with rounding off, that means to any decimal points, always look at the digit in the position of the degree of accuracy. Okay, once again, look at the digit in the position of degree of accuracy. By degree of accuracy means what? Means the number of decimal places that you are going to work with. In this question, we can see here the number of decimal places that you are going to do is 2 decimal places. So always look at the digit. And if the value of the numeral to the right side of the digit is 5 or more, say for example like here, we have here 2 decimal points. So the question here says, round each number to the given degree of accuracy. Now, what does degree of accuracy means? It means the number of decimal places that you are going to work with. Here they have said like they have given you 2 decimal points, right? So we have to work this sum up to 2 decimal points, right? So always remember, if the value of the numeral, see here the value of the numeral, okay, or the value of the numeral to the right of the digit is 5 or more. Here we are asked to find 2 decimal points. So our work stops here, right? If the number to the right of the digit is 5 or more, increase by 1. 1 gets added. If it is less than 5, the digit remains the same. Once again, since we are dealing with rounding off the numbers, which is pretty simple, always remember to look at the digit in the position. Okay, which, like example, like you are given here 2 decimal points. We are asked to work out 2 decimal points, right? That means 8.79. We need only 2 decimal points. Here we have 3, right? In that case, what you have to do, you have to look to the right side of the value of the digit. This is where this is up to 2 decimal points. Now when we look to the right, we have here 2, right? It says if the value of the digit is 5 or more, if the value of the digit is 5 or more, you will increase by 1. That means this 9 becomes 10. Subsequently, this 79 becomes 80. If it is 5 or more. If it is less than 5, it remains the same. Say example like here, 8.792, right? We are asked to find 2 decimal points. Now 8. 2 decimal point is 79. When you look to the right side, we have here 2. 2 is less than 5. That means it will remain the same. That is 8.79. Clear? Now in order to clear again, now I have to take a question number F. 18.34987, 3 decimal points. Now we have to find up to 3 decimal points. Now when we look to the right side of the digit here, right side, we have 8. 8 is more than 5. If it is more than 5, we increase by 1. So when we increase this 9 by 1, becomes 10, becomes 50. 349 becomes 18.350. I hope you are getting my point. If it is 5 or more than 5, we increase by 1. But if it is less than 5, we leave the value, the digit as it is. Now moving on to question number 2 here, it says, round the number 25.496723815 to the stated number of decimal places, DP, which I have selected here 7, that is F, that is 7 decimal points. In the PPT I have done the rest. Now we are asked to find till 7 decimal points. Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? It ends here. Now when we look to the right side, when we look to the right, we have here 1. right? That means 1 is less than 5, right? Had it been more than 5, then this 8 gets increased to 9. But here, as we can see here, the value is less than 5, right? So it remains as it is. That is 25.496723. That's it. Now let's move on to question number 3. Round each number to the stated number of significant figures. Now this question from here, we are going to deal with the significant figures. The first significant figure in a number, is the non-zero digit in the number. Okay, see here. Example 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here the first significant number is 4. It's a non-zero digit in the number. Here it's 1. Here it's 4. Same. Once again, the first significant figure in a number is the non-zero digit. Say example like in 450. The first significant figure is what? 4. Right? Let's take 0.00900304. The first significant figure is 9, which is a non-zero digit, right? So using that, let's try to do this one. It's all the same as rounding off. Okay? Here we are asked to find question number 3. It says round each number to the stated number of significant figures, that is S.F. I have selected here as B for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? We have to find up to 2 significant figures. Here, as we can see here, 1, 2. Right? The same way here as we did for the rounding up. The next digit, if it is 5 or more than 5, it gets increased by 1. If it is less than 5, it remains the same. Right? Here it becomes same way. Here the third digit here is 6, which is more than 5. That means subsequently it gets added to 5 and increased by 1. That is 4, 6. It becomes 46000. Now, when we look here, 3 significant figures. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. The fourth one here again we have as 9. That means it is more than 5. So we get the answer as 1 point. If I add here 1, it comes 4, 1, 0. 3. Now question number 4. By using this one, if you have learned this question number 3, if you can do this question number 3, then it should be easier. It should be a piece of cake for you to do question number 4. Now for question number 5, it says round the number 4509.0298 to the stated number of significant figures. There we have 3A, we have 3 significant figures, 1 significant figures, 5 significant figures. So here I have selected 7 significant figures, since I have done the rest in the PPTs as well. So now here we are asked to find up to 7 significant figures. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Again, once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here we have 8, which means it gets 1. It gets increased by 1. So this becomes your 4509.030. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's it. Question number 6 I have done the PPT. Question number 7 as well I have done in PPT. Now I'll go to question number 8. Question number 8 I'll be doing here. So let's read what question number 8 says. What's the question? It says the speed of light is approximately 670616629 miles per hour. Use the conversion 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometer to work out the speed of light in meters per second. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so let's start with it. speed of light. Speed of light they have given as 670 61 6629 miles per hour. Right? Clear? Now, let's convert this mile into kilometer. 670616629 into 1.6 kilometer per hour. Right? Since 1 mile equals to 1.6 kilometer. Now when we multiply this one, 670 616629 into 1.6, we get the value as 107 2986 107 2986 606.4 107 2986 606.4 kilometer per hour. You can calculate this in your calculator. Okay. Now, what we can do is, now let's convert this kilometer into meter as well. So this gives us 1072986 606.4 into 1000 meter divided by this hour. Let's convert it into seconds. That means here we get meter, here we get second, here we get, since 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meter and 1 hour equals to 60 into 60 seconds. Right? So what we get here is 10729866064 0.0 divided by 60 into 60 meter per second. Okay? Now when you calculate and when you multiply and then when you divide it, so the answer which will end up is 298015 298051 835.111. When we are asked to find the answer correct to 3 significant figures, that gives us 3 significant figures, 1, 2, 3. Here we have 0. Since it is less than 5, it remains the same. 298, the rest becomes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 significant. Okay, please go through this one. See, first what I have done is I've converted this mile in terms of kilometer. 1 mile is given as 1.6 kilometer, right? And multiplied it together, so we got the value. We got this as a value. Now this kilometer we have changed in terms of meter. That means multiplied by 1000 meter. And this hour converted into seconds. That is 60 into 60 seconds. Now, on multiplying, we got this value as well. So when you multiply and then when you simplify and divide, you get the answer as 298051835.111. Now the question here was to give our answer to the correct 3 significant figures. So when we look into this, like 298, that is 3 numbers. The fourth one we have here is 0. Since 0 is less than 5, what happens? It remains the same. That is 298 followed by the number of zeros. We get the answer. That is 3 significant figures. Thank you. This is all for exercise 3.3. Now let's move on to 3.4. Okay, for exercise 3.4, I'll be doing a very limited number of sums, not more than 3 or 4 sums. Okay, because like if you have any doubt, kindly refer to the PPT. I have explained here everything as well, and then which I also feel like this 3.4 should not be a problem because we are going to follow the same old traditional method of BODMAS. Here we call it as BIDMAS, 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 right? BIDMAS. AS, which means bracket. Here means indices, INDICs, or power. Here we have division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction, right? All we have to do is we'll have to follow that order of operation and simplify. Okay. So the first question from question number 1, I'll be doing two sums. That is question number D. That is 18 minus 5 into 6. That is 18 minus 5 into 6. And let me do also question number F. Right. That is 24 divided by 8 plus 60 divided by 12. It should not be a problem for you all. Okay. So let's begin with it. So the first question we have here is 18 minus 5 into 6. Now when we follow the order of operation, we can see here, do we see any brackets here? There are no brackets here. Any powers? No powers. Any divisions? No division. What we basically do here is like we follow the process, like the step-by-step process. Okay, we just cannot jump in directly to the subtracting, because the whole answer will be totally messed up. Now, so what we have done is, let's follow the order. We don't have the bracket here. Neither do we have the power, nor do we have the division. But yes, we do have the multiplication here. So 18 minus 5, 6 times gives us 30, right? Yes or no? Now 18 minus 30, how much do we get here? We see that we know that minus 30 is more than 18. So we get here minus 10 minus 8, we get here is 2. From 2, 1 gone, we get here the answer is minus 12. Any doubts? Please don't do like, some of you might come up with an idea, directly subtracting 5 from 18 and then multiplying. In that case, what happens, like you are breaking down the chain. Okay, let's not do that. Now let's move on to the next question that here we have as 24 divided by 8 plus 60 divided by 12, right? So let's take it slow. 24 divided by 8 plus 60 divided by 12. Right? We don't have the bracket, neither do we have the power, but now we have the division here, right? So what we can do here is simple. 8, 3 times gives us 24, 12, 5 times gives us 60. So we are left here with 5 and 3, giving out the resulting answer as 8. So this is our question number 1. Question number 2 is just like putting the correct signs, which I've already done, and if you follow the same order, it should be easier for you. Question number 2 and 3. Question number 2, question number 3, question number 4 is for you to work out. All you have to do in question number 4 and question number 5 is to check out whether the sums, whether the way they have done is correct or not, or whether they had followed the correct order of operation, or somewhere if they have made a mistake, you need to correct it. Okay, so there is nothing much to work out. Remember this and then just follow it. Okay, now the last question, that is question number 6, I will do it. Maybe I'll do one sum from question number 6, and that should help you a lot. From question number 6, let me do question number C. Here we have 2x to the minus 3y squared. The value of x is given as 6, and then the value of y is given as 2. Okay, let's rock. 2. In place of x, I can substitute, I can put in 6 minus 3, and instead of y, I can put in 2, right? All square. So 2, 6 times gives us 12, minus 3, 2 times gives us 6, right? Okay. Always remember, whatever is there inside the bracket, we first have to solve it. Whatever is there inside, whatever comes inside the bracket, or whatever is inside the bracket, the first thing is that we have to deal with that first. And then later on comes the next order of operation, right? Now, since 12 minus 6 is still under the bracket, first what we have to do is first we need to simplify it. We have to make it more simple, right? So from 12, 6 gone, then remains 6, followed by the power. That is, the next one we have indices, that is the power. 6 twice, that is 6 like 6 2 times will get us 36. Sorry, not 6 2 times, but square of 6 gives us 36. And with this, our video for chapter 3, that is unit 3, that is place value ordering and rounding, comes to an end. Most importantly, please follow the circulars that has been uploaded in the group. And my dear boys and girls, again one more request, please make sure that you do your assignments on time and that it's being submitted on time as well. And also make sure that you keep your parents updated. If not, then you can also update them. Remember, we are standing in the crossroad together, dear boys and girls. Please make sure you study well, and then always keep a good touch with your books. Stay healthy, stay strong, and God bless you all. Thank you.